separate the song into sections that I can do in one take only to see the process of preparing an album. You will see when I... Okay, so here's the deal. I decided to live stream the process of starting and recording a full album, and this is the recapping of the first song. Chat helped me decide how I should play it. There will be about 12 songs, so there will be plenty of time to catch a live stream. I'm probably live right now. It took me about 5 days, streaming 1 to 2 hours at a time to get the full song. The first day is always the most crucial one. Here we plan how to play each part, and there I'm thinking of what fingers are the ones that I'm going to use to play that. When I start reading a new piece, I try to get a grasp on how to basically play any section, memorize it in the fingers, you know, and then move on. I don't want to be stuck into doing the section perfect. For sections that are more complex, I try to memorize one part, in this case the bass lines, and notate things that are easy to remember, like basic chords. After I know that, I can start to see if I am able to play everything together. Just like that, then it goes. For this one, here we realized that the bassline is the same as the beginning, but just 1 octave lower. In the beginning was like F, A, A flat, and then G. So now this is the same. I think we are at a 50% right, because we have read the whole thing. Now the goal for today is to reread everything, but with more intent on giving it a little bit more life. So instead of just reading to remember it, I'm gonna be trying to give it more of a musical sense. After saying that, I did not do that. Instead, we decided that the harmonics at the end of the piece were not a good idea, so I chose to only play 8th notes for the melody. We got a suggestion from chat to do a 3 note on the high E, because the melody is doing... Do you mean something like that? Yeah, for a melody alone, that could very much work. But when I'm trying to do, I don't think I would be able. I mean, I would like to. I think I will have to cut down on the bass line. And finally, I ended up practicing the main melody with a slow tempo and a metronome. On day 3, the things to study were more specific, and we began with a way of memorizing this section. 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, stop. 1, 2, 3, stop. 1, 2, 3, stop. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, stop. And then explaining how to do the technique of letting the strings ring while doing a melody, in order to hear the full chord. Ending the day, we had something more general, and that is to practice how the sections are going to be connected to one another. Oh yeah, I think this is the play. That's gonna stay there. Day 4, I think, was the most difficult. Here we try to find the meaning of each section, what the music is trying to say, and a way to convey that while playing. We have here, what I like to think of this is as 2 different sentences, like that, and think of these 2 things as 2 different type of dialogue. So if I play this one, then the other one, what I try to do is to play this as a response to this one. But what do I do to help that 2 things make sense in a musical sense, right? So the idea that I want to portray here is that to finish the first sentence in a point where not everything is said. So I need it to be heard like there is something else to be said. And when I reach this point, this is when everything is said. and this is what makes the whole sentence make sense, right? So if I want to portray that, an easy way to do that is to, when I reach this point, what I'm thinking of is to finish with more volume, right? With more tension. So I'm gonna either play it forte with a crescendo here. For the main melody, the thing that brings life to it is the contrast of the staccato. And here I was deciding how many notes I was gonna do like that. And this is what came out of it. Yeah, almost. Haha! There it goes. And in the last section, I practiced the technique to slowly get the sound quieter and softer. I could, there is a technique that you can move your hand on where you play, and that will change the sound dramatically. For example, if I play this, right, that here on the bridge of the guitar, like here, look, it sounds very sharp. And if I play it like here, like more on the body of the guitar, the harmonics are more muted. It's more, subtle. The day before recording is always the best moment for me to enjoy a piece of music. I find that I get the most out of it at this stage. This is when I have the piece as a part of me and not something that is to be discovered. This is when I and the music are closer together. Before I could do the last playthrough, we went on how many songs this album is going to have. These are the 12. So we begin with Once Upon a Time, that is gonna be the intro. Then we have Fallen Down, Ruins, Home, Heartache, Dog Bus, that is a very short one, Waterfall, Dating. Dating theme is the 3 dating themes that appear on the video game, but in one song. Then number 10 is Spear of Justice. 11 would be Death by Glamour. That one is very fun. And of course, number 12 is gonna be Megalovania. There. And then I did a full rundown of the whole piece. First attempt almost always is not going to work. I wasn't paying attention to the dynamics that we chose on the livestream. Luckily, I got it on the second try. The second section took me 3 failed attempts at the most difficult part of the song before I could do it. Something very common and very advisable is to always play a section by starting from the end of the previous one. Lastly, it took me several tries to play the end. The reason is because the quieter that you are playing, the loudest the mistakes are gonna be heard. If you'd like to be a part of this project, come hang out with me, check out the live streams and help me create this album.